Hello everyone and welcome back to the 1K World Cup 2025 presented by Joke. We are in the quarterfinals weekend, or how fast it's been, and we're kicking off the weekend strong with Japan and Sweden. Our seed 1, our seed 9. Sweden also upsetting the seed 8 team last week. So this is going to be a good one. I'm excited. I'm your host and commentator, Jaye, and I'm joined with the very epic man, the second one even. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you very much for that introduction. And yeah, we're going to be having the first match of the quarterfinals weekend in the 1K World Cup 2025. So once again, going to be Japan going up against Sweden. So both these teams in the upper half of the bracket, making it clean out of the round of 16 in specific. Both these teams made it out with sweeps against the likes of Random States A and 66% Canadians. So they're going to be facing each other in this winner's bracket here to see who's going to be knocked down into the losers bracket for this semi-finals weekend that will be following this.
All right, teams rolling. Looks like Sweden is going to get the first pick on the board. There's no way they pick that one. Okay. Yep. For once, Grape Tea finally lost something. For once. That's it.
I was just about to say I thought they generally started with Transform first thing, but damn. All right. But yeah, Sweden winning the rolls here. Gonna be seeing what they will start with. Japan is a team that's very versatile in its own right when it comes to all these kinds of different maps. So I'm kind of interested to see what Sweden's going to be picking right off the bat here.
Well, they have everything to go off. Looking at some of the the scores from Japan last year, I know Grape Tea wasn't around, but I think Sweden is probably going to be scared to pick rice. Well, that's the problem, right? Everyone feels comfortable to pick the rice because it's easy, but it's also against Japan. So is it an auto loss in some cases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the pick. Oh, they're actually going for fan 1. Hang on. That's a crazy good first pick, I think, actually.
Is
not
it?
Rice, actually challenging, can definitely score misses. If Sweden's practiced in this, they could do well, I reckon. I just I don't know if the ref has picked up on that they're picking fan 1. Right, RC, no, okay, maybe they're changing the pick.
Wait, are they actually changing the pick? I thought so. Wait, okay. I think between these two teams, I was originally thinking that it could be potentially close, but at the same time, looking through the round of 16 statistics, you can basically see that Japan was one player short, knowing the absence of Grape Tea, who I believe is going to be playing in this round as well. Sweden's also down by a player on the contrary. I don't think we are going to be seeing Diamond Blaze for this round. So I have a feeling that this might spell a bit of trouble for the likes of Sweden, just because Diamond Blaze and also Neon Drakon are essentially what I think would be the strongest players on the side of Sweden, that the main line team basically. So for them to contest the likes of Japan here is going to be kind of interesting to see what they pull off against, whether they're going to probably go for some of the non-rice maps to just tackle them a bit, or if we're going to be seeing maybe some other strats come out of their sleeves, perhaps.
We'll have to see what happens. We're taking a while. They're definitely locking in. They're going to pick fan 1.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first fan pick of the map pool, as we can see here. Gonna be interesting to see how both these teams doing it. I mean, having gone to see it earlier, it's a map that's relatively dense, just because of the fact of its jazz influences, but also just the fact that it has quite a bunch of hybrid patterns like sprinkled in while it's very fast paced. So but yeah, this map overall really dense, so gonna be interesting to see how both these teams square up against each other. And I think as we can see here, it seems like they're about to make a start as it stands out currently. So I'll be taking over this for the time being as we all make a start with the match. Finally, you see the column of seals on the playfield. You know it's going down in this 1K World Cup here. And as we see the map just start, you don't really get so much of the souls just yet. The scoreline between the two teams is relatively close to each other. The Kubox taking a very early miss there. That's going to give Japan the upper hand for the time being, as we only are just getting into the introduction. Japan has about nearly 50,000 points of a lead just from the misjudgments on the side of Sweden. As you can see, the Kubox not having the best of times here. Just like not being able to manage the patterns in general. This is essentially what we meant by these kinds of patterns being really dense. The fact that these are incredibly short LNs and you have to like alternate these streams like really quickly to be able to like act them. As we can see, the Kubox dropping just down below the 70% accuracy mark in Japan, basically nearly 300,000 points ahead of the game. I have a feeling that it's going to be really tough for Sweden to be coming back from this one here, and just knowing that it's already home for the pick, and knowing how Japan has been very consistent throughout this pick so far. They have not made a single mistake. HZ and GrapeSeed basically already at a very similar accuracy between each other. It's only just a singular integer that separates the two in terms of accuracy, as we can see here. And the scoreline, it just keeps increasing off the back of the Kubox's misjudgments here. Neon Draken trying their best to manage, but both GrapeSeed and Neon Draken both take a miss at the same time. That is just, however, that is not going to mean anything, as GrapeSeed just drops down nearly to the 99.70% accuracy mark, as HC taking a bit of a minor drop on the contraries. We can see just dropping down to 99.80%, but you get like a lot of these really clunky rhythms that are going to be really difficult to like act. But Japan has been showing and proving their worth very strongly on the likes of this map, so especially, and that is exactly what's going to be helping them proceed with the first point here, as there is not enough time left in the map to go through. Neon Draken trying their best, having done their best to try and at least keep Sweden in the equation. But despite that, Japan's going to be taking the first point to start this match off. Only 53 perfects from HZ, and overall just strong scores on the side of Japan as well. It's only just like about 5 misjudgments that sort of like set them apart from a double V1FS score. But despite that, it is going to be Japan's turn to pick. Riding off of this map, this was fan pick 1, so knowing Japan, I believe they would probably go for some of these Rice maps, and they are going to be going for Classic 5, so that is going to be it's boss time, dude, I believe. So this one kind of an interesting pick to me, to be honest. It's like basically a hybrid map in its own right, and just the fact that overall it's like it's relatively fast-paced in the fact that it's about 200 BPM, but just the map itself, it has like a lot of very technical patterns that sort of sets itself apart from the rest of the classic picks in question. So knowing how fan pick 1 went, that is most likely going to, I can definitely see why Japan would have picked it, but at the same time, I am Not exactly sure, and I think the wrong map was just chosen. I believe they chose Class 5. Or at least that's what it says in the chat here, according to Grapesy. Unless they changed their mind, I don't think there's really too much change. I don't think there's really too much time to just change the map, but yeah, no, it's gonna be its boss time, dude. Yeah, Japan once again riding off of that first victory in the quarterfinals pool. This is a first to 6, so this is going to really spell quite a bunch of things for either of these teams, depending on how they do it and depending on the outcome of their results here, which is going to matter a lot here going into the quarterfinals. This is the winner's bracket, but Sweden going to be wanting to at least maintain a spot in the winner's bracket as well. It's going to be a really tough challenge to really take up upon, knowing the fact that they are up against Japan after all, seed 1 in the tournament, who essentially just doesn't really need any introduction, as we can see here. But despite that, we're going to be seeing its boss time dude sent out right away. The second map of the map pool here, or at least the second map of this match here. Yet another hybrid map to go through in this map, in this match alone. But Anders on the side of Sweden switching out. Anders on the side of the Sweden team gonna be taking a very early miss there, so that's not gonna put Sweden in the best of advantages here, as we see Japan getting yet another very early advantage going into this first course, and Anders taking yet another drop that's going to really put some danger in their name. But Grapesy taking a miss as well, but that's not going to really cost too much, knowing Anders and Neon Drakon just missed. So both the combos on the side of Sweden eliminated in an instant, as we can see Japan just basically carried and scored from the likes of HZ, who still has the combo advantage and is the only FC remaining in the lobby. Grapesy not having the best of times on this map, as we can see here, most likely just because of these like alternating patterns that are really dense. You get like a lot of these doublets and also short LNs that really just set itself apart from the rest of the maps here. And you get into a bit of a break section here with like this faint aim and break in the background. But despite that, Japan has yet another insanely massive score lead going into this map. Now that we're past the halfway mark, going into the back half of the chart here, as we can see Sweden still yet to try and at least contest against the likes of Japan here. Well, going into like the next course, which is like a bit more melodic, which is going to be more melodic on the contrary. I don't know how likely it is that Sweden is going to be at least managing to contest Japan and to at least give them a run for their money here, as we can see. But yeah, going into the ending here, there is essentially the time of the map has run out, dude. As we can see, Japan going to be getting the second break point. We're going to be seeing a relatively strong team performance on the side of Japan here. HC getting the V1 double S here with only 35 perfects as a ratio, and Grapesy spacing out that ratio as well, barred these misjudgments, as we can see. Sweden still yet to at least secure a point of their own. Japan already 2 points ahead of the equation here, making it 2-0, as we can see. But despite that, it is now Sweden's turn to pick again. So I guess for now, we are yet to see what Sweden is going to be, how they are going to be responding. They've already used about 2 hybrid maps in question. However, the 2 hybrid maps that were chosen were did not really go into their favor in terms of team performance, so...
This next one is an interesting pick as well. They're going to go into Rice before Japan does, and it's like also the hardest Rice as well. So I'm not sure what's going on here.
Maybe they have some sort of maybe they have some sort of ace card in their sleeve that they were like waiting to pull out, but maybe this could be a bit too early. But I'm not sure.
Not Seal, but it's the other Seal, the Luminous Seal.
Yep. And as we can see, we're going to be seeing a full team swap out on the side of Japan. We're going to be seeing Yamagi and Sora Takahashi subbing in for the side of Japan. I doubt we're seeing any team changes on. I doubt we're getting any like slot swap on the side of Sweden here. As we can see, Qbox and Neon Dragon, I think, going to be repping Sweden for this map, as we can see here.
Yeah, I think Sweden is a little starved of players at the moment, but it's just how things go sometimes. It's alright though, it's a winner's bracket encounter. It's relatively low stakes.
Yeah, at least with like the winner's bracket in any tournament, or at least when it comes to specifically double elimination tournaments, like you at least get like a bit of an extra like safety net for the bracket alone, just because of the fact that you can get eliminated once and you'll still be in the tournament. However, the losers bracket is really where things are going to be ramping up between like players, as this is like the loss, as this is the second win, and you don't get any more wins after that, especially, and that could be a bit of an issue that Sweden might have to, at least deal with if they don't end up like at least winning anything during this match alone, as we see the map start off here. But yeah, going into this map, we could.
Everyone's using mirror.
Oh.
Yes.
Damn. The mirror strat. But yeah, despite that, we can see both these teams going into this map. Japan is doing relatively well. Yomagi carrying Japan on the side with this map, hanging on to the 99.90% accuracy on this map, despite a lot of these really technical bursts and speed patterns that it just simply lodges at the players here. But Sora Takahashi not really having the best of times here, taking a lot of shots and misjudgments here, and also a ton of misses as well. But despite that, Japan is still in the lead by far. As we can see, this score lead is, or at least the team performance overall is at least a bit stronger than the side of Sweden here. As we can see, Neon Dragon dropping just under the 97.50% accuracy mark, while Qbox is already under the 80% accuracy mark overall. Yeah,
small break here, just for all the players to recuperate, but then it's pretty much all gas from here. We've got some players finding some misses in the first chorus. There is definitely some more challenging dance stuff to come up in this solo. So I'm interested to see what happens here if Sora Takahashi can hold the combo. If Yomogi can hold that 99.9 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yomogi is, what I'd say would probably be Japan's saving grace right here. Just going off of like the misses from Takahashi, it is essentially why Japan is still in the lead here by pushing nearly 400,000 points going into the solo.
This is it. Yomogi,
it's time.
Not even at 200, not even. Oh no, you got 200 in the 1/3.
Oh.
Okay, but still holds the combo. Back is dipped, but still 99.8. Yomogi, the beast.
Yeah.
You can see the rest of the lobby. There's barely any combo from any of the other players.
That just
goes
to show how...
shining star in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, every other player in the match here, in the lobby, just not being able to at least pit up with these parents here. They are really technical and dense in their own right, and especially here, there's so many rhythm changes that it's really hard to keep track of, and especially here, the song just gets just a bit more intense as the tempo picks up but this is essentially where the map closes out. And at the end of it all, it's going to be Japan once again. Oh my days.
You got a 50. Where? What happened? Look at that. Also, the ratio as well. Only 66 regular 300s. Like, that's insane. This is also buffed OD as well. A lot of the customs are like 7. This one's 7.5. Like,
yeah.
This one's unnecessarily high. That's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yomugi, if it wasn't for like the guitar solo, just simply guitar soloing during that song, I don't think Yomugi would have at least been caught out just slightly with the misjudgment. But despite that, the performance on the side of Japan is still riding really strong. Even if there was like some bleeding misses like here and there, Japan still has the upper hand by quite a fair margin here, going 3-0. They are halfway through to at least making it 6-0. So Sweden has just yet to at least win something, but with Japan is going to be picking fan pick 2, so that's going to be Doki Doki.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true, but this one is a certified hood classic.
Indeed it is. This map
a bit lower on the OD end for a stream map. A lot of the stream maps, like I know we have Danzai in Rise, which is OD8, so this one much more comfortable for all the players to act. It's also much shorter as well. This one is scary. No, it's not Neon.
I think Neon here is probably just worried about like the very, very long streams that this map like consists of here. I mean, it's relatively old. It's like probably one of the first like 1K maps that really like pushed the agenda to its initial beginnings, I'd say, probably.
Yeah, this was mapped in like 2017, I think, maybe 2018. Like this was mapped like several years before Joker even existed.
This was mapped like only 2 years before I joined this game.
Alright, no... Oh, we are going to have a roster change, are we? No, we're not.
No, we're not. There is no roster changes. Oh boy.
No, we have a roster change, yeah. That's what I thought. Kuba played the last one. We have Anders switching to Sweden.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, going past the injury, you already get like a bunch of these like paradiddles and streams going early on. But despite that, Japan already has like the upper hand by quite a large margin. Anders haven't taken a lot of shots going into this. Oh no.
I'm not sure if they're streaming too slowly or they're just dropping inputs. Ooh, it's really hard to tell. Especially such a low scroll speed as well.
Yeah.
I think they might just be too slow, actually.
I mean, I'd say like 180 BPM is probably like the baseline, or at least like the default BPM for like really fast streams or something like that.
Oh, sorry, Takahashi is gonna find a drop. Might be down. Well, I was gonna say down in the 99.8, but that's still pretty high. I would maybe consider it down for this chart, because it's OD6, and streams are typically easy to act, but it's still alright. Alright, more long streams. Yeah. Also, Neon, what is this scroll speed? Hello? Is this like ERA Sunny number 2? I could also see the offset bar, they're hitting very late. They only like 300 in that whole stream. There was no 320s. No offset issue.
Oh no.
Yomogi. He dropped the FC. No, the 151 miss.
Actually crazy.
I hate to see it.
Those kinds of scores
look.
Oh, sorry.
Looking at I wonder what the scroll speed difference on the side of Sweden is actually, because that was very disorienting.
I have a feeling it was probably...
Can we get a seal? Seal picked?
Seal picked?
I can't V1WS. You know what? Fair enough. The LNs at the ending are actually kind of hard.
V1WSs in general are just very like finicky to at least achieve, and especially in matches like live, you know.
It looks like Sweden's gonna pick Mewtwo. Sounds like a Pokemon when I say it like that. The second new chart. Now, this one's my favorite, and I should hope so too. A lot of effort went into this one, specifically for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
This chart is also... I would argue it's maybe third or fourth hardest in the pool. This chart is actually really hard. It's overcharted like crazy, this song.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if it is, like, to at least suit the difficulty of the overall map pool as well. Like, this is going in the quarterfinals. We're essentially going close to endgame territory here, or at least we're just slowly bridging towards it, if that makes sense. So...
You see Kuba's going to switch back in on the Swedish side. HZ is going to pop in for Team Japan. Is random allowed? Does it say so on the thread?
Not that I recall.
I don't recall random being there either.
Yeah. What does random even do in the context of 1K anyways? I'm
probably nothing.
Oh.
Well, it does not say that random is allowed in the rules, so... I mean, it's also probably fine.
Yeah.
I also, like, I don't know. That's, if we haven't tested it, it's safe to not use it. Just because I don't want it messing with, like, scoring. If we're not aware of it.
Yeah.
Just stick to one key mirror.
Just to make things just to make life easier.
I think it probably would be fine. We'll test it and then maybe add it to the rule set.
Yeah. But despite that, we're now going into the 5th map of the pool. Seal the Deal, the joke original for this map pool made by Muke. Kubak's going to be taking a very early miss there that's just going to give up the advantage to Japan once more, just going into the intro. That we have not really seen much of the source that the map has to offer just yet. But maybe we'll see some tides shift, like, later on, maybe?
Oh, Draco and Sora getting caught out by some of the 1-6 quads here. And these doublets here, you can kind of be lenient with them, but your AC is going to falter if you are. But the problem is if you're too tight with these doublets, they're not going to register on your keyboard as well. Sora Takahashi is going to find a couple of misses with them as well. Oh, actually, everyone on Japan just missed on that one pattern. That's... what was that? Oh, Neon's missing, Kuba's missed. I mean, the highest combo in the lobby right now is like 150 in this really dense tech section. HZ is really the only one who can play it. Even with the drop, 99.8, incredible. Japan just has that one player always ready to be the pillar for the team.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah,
go the full LN section in the chorus.
Yeah. A lot of very short LNs here. Sora still taking so many shots from these LNs in specific. A lot of these streams here, which are just really tight to at least act. It's basically just a matter of like if you do manage to ratio it or not. But HZ has been managing it just fine, going past the combo cap ahead of everyone else as the map is just about to close out. We only have the final 8 of the map left, as we could see here.
HC's actually going to find a second drop as well. This is the hardest part of the map here.
Oh yeah.
Well, a couple of greats, but he's still going to get through it. They have sealed the deal. Well, not for the match, but they've sealed a 5th point.
Yep. Japan sealing the deal on that match point here. Sweden is still yet to at least win a single point here. And now it is Japan's potential final pick of the match here, knowing that they are already 5-0 into the equation. There's only really one more point left to win. The real question here probably is just going to be like, what options do they have, and what would be the one that they would probably most desire, I'd say.
Japan, if you're listening, can you please pick Classic 4? Let's go with Classic 4, please. Thank you.
Classic 4.
But the old pick would be really funny as well. Oh no, I'm torn.
No.
Oh, I'm so torn.
Oh my god.
Classic 1. Alright, Japan has unfortunately been disqualified from the 1K World Cup. But we do hope to see them next year, and congratulations to Sweden for winning the match 0-5. No, they picked the most boring map in the pool. Come on, guys. You're up 5-0. Pick something spicy. It's Jova. This team plays to win. They don't play for fun.
Unfortunately.
Okay, at least the song is good. I can't be too mad. Like Eurobeat in 1K, they're I think this is the only map actually. I don't actually think there's any other Eurobeat in joke that I can think of off the top of my head.
I'm sure there's like multiple, unless I'm going insane. Yeah, no, there isn't any other Eurobeat song that I've seen in the tournament so far.
I think in all of joke, I can't think of any other Eurobeat song that any of the charters have made. I think this is genuinely the only one.
Oh damn! I mean, I wasn't there for like
we might fix that in joke 4.
Perhaps.
Right, here we go. Grape Tea is actually going to make an appearance. Popping in to close it out, to seal the deal even. Japan is using Hard Rock. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed.
Wait.
Guys.
What?
Okay, Hard Rock is actually straight up not allowed. Like, random I could maybe tolerate. Hard Rock is actually just straight up banned. Like, we can't do this. We're gonna have to abort this match.
Oh damn.
Hard Rock absolutely not allowed. Sorry, guys.
Japan was literally just about to flex there because we couldn't allow that to happen right here. Oh my god.
Now, Hard Rock actually affects the OD, which actually makes the map different, so we can't have that.
Yeah.
If they want to try Fade In, I recommend it. It would be really funny.
Yeah, let's keep giving Japan some more ideas for like how they can play this final map here.
Yeah, but actually, here's the thing, right? Because a lot of the like top Japanese 1K players are also professional Taiko players, right? They typically play with slower scroll speeds anyway. So Fade In would actually not affect them that much. If anything, it would probably like remove some clutter.
Yeah.
Funny, the 1K mirrors coming in. Hard Rock, very funny. Yeah, no, Hard Rock, absolute no. we can't have that one.
Unfortunately.
Shoutouts to Taiko World Cup 2015, where you were only allowed either Hidden or Hard Rock exclusively for the free mods. And I didn't read the rules, so I chucked on Hidden and Hard Rock. And we were on stream when it happened too, and I was like, dang, we were winning the match. Why did it get aborted? And then ref yelled at me.
Crazy.
Anyway, good times.
Indeed. Despite that, however, Japan in the lead once again. Andrew is going to be taking yet another miss here. It seems like Gravesy and Yomagi are really tied together here. 99.99% accuracy, and both players on the side of Sweden, Anders and Neon, are just simply taking shots that's just going to like push them further away to make the score difference at least more balanced here.
Oh, Grave T, I already know he's going to get a single-digit perfect count.
And the one
His
bag.
accuracy is absolutely phenomenal on these types of charts. Wow, even Yamagi 99.9. Wow, OD 6.5 is really not doing anything to that. Maybe Joke 1 was onto something. I keep saying this, but maybe every chart should be OD 10.
Literally.
I mean, in the old pick last week, I'm pretty sure Grape T still V1SS'd it with OD10. And that was also like snapping hell. So yeah, maybe I need to do some notepad shenanigans, hit up OD12. Oh, we are cooking right now.
Imagine at one point we just use a map on OD20.
I love watching like actual Mania players come watch the 1K World Cup, and they're really freaked out when they see 100%. And us here in the commentator, but I'm like not even betting it either, right? Like I've seen this before several times.
I've played these games.
Great Team literally got a 1 million. He got a 1 million score in the qualifiers. Like I have seen it all.
Yep.
He's gonna get the 100%. That's not a 1 mil. No, was that one? Was that one? Was that one perfect?
No.
Was that one?
Two?
No, two. Oh my goodness. 2 and 5. See? I told you they'll get single digit. They were cooking.
Insane.
See, OD 6.5 is too low. This Mania game is so goddamn easy. Like, every chart needs to be OD 15.
Yeah.
How can you even react to that? What do you mean? I'm reacting like nothing happened. Because I am numb to the sensation. Like, this does not... I'm so used to this by now.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm yet to get used to this, like, completely, but despite that, Japan going to be making it out of the quarterfinals weekend's winners bracket with a 6-0 victory, as we can see, going up against Sweden there next, and as we can see from the looks of it, next week... Oh, yeah.
I just did that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're going up against the winner of the United States Civil War. And funnily enough, Sweden is also going to go up against the winner of the Indonesian Civil War. So, very, very interesting times ahead.
Oh boy. That's going to be really interesting to watch.
Yeah, especially the Indonesia A and B. They're like 11th and 14th seed. Like, their seeds are actually very close together. That one's going to be a very competitive match. And then going up against Sweden, right, that's like 9 and 11, 9 and 14. That's also really close. So I think that whole section of the bracket is scary for all teams involved.
Yeah. But even then, it's only going to get even worse from here on, you know? There's still there's only 3 brackets of the tournament left. Or at least, like, weekends, really. After this one.
Yeah, the pools are gonna keep getting harder. They don't get easier from here. So,
yep. Despite that, though, we have about 2 matches left today. We're going to be seeing the next one coming later on. Going to be Mexico versus the United Kingdom. And then we're going to be, and then soon after that, we're going to be seeing Random States A versus 66 Canadians. So, going to be relatively interesting to see both these matches respectively. And yeah, it's going to be in about 6 hours from now that we're going to be seeing the next match. So, we hope to catch you all then.
yeah, take care, everyone. Looking forward to the rest of the quarterfinals weekend.
Bye bye.